Fox News contributor Laurer Ingraham has a unique perspective on Sotomayor's nomination. She clerked for both Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas and at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. She's also the host of her own syndicated radio show. Long introduction, Laurer. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, let's talk about this comment that Judge Sotomayor made about Latina women reaching better conclusions in some cases than white males. It's created an uproar. Does, though, this comment that Justice Alito made in Chuck Todd's piece there, does that neutralize the arguments some have made on that issue?
No, it's part of the tit for tat. But one thing that I don't think Justice Alito had done in his past was write a law review article entitled "A Italian-American Judge's Perspective." You know, that's a Latina judge's voice is the piece she wrote for the Berkeley Law Journal in 2001. And the entire piece, Matt, taken in its full context, really does indicate that she puts her ethnic identity, her racial identity, at the forefront of her decision-making. And she clearly says that.
But Justice Alito said that in looking at cases of discrimination, he would probably look at it differently because of his own family's ethnic background. Isn't that the same thing?
But we have to look at the totality of the record here. And the record of Judge Sotomayor, which needs to be discussed, I mean, contrary to what Robert Gibbs probably wants, which is this thing should just be settled quickly, the people really need to know what this means. And I think there was a full vetting of this for Justice Alito. I mean, they asked him clear questions about his associations, Matt, for instance, with concerned alumni of Princeton. Remember those questions?
Right.
Same types of questions need to be asked of Judge Sotomayor about the Puerto Rican Legal Defense Fund, about La Raza, the group, the title means the race. What are these connections saying about her ability to judge issues impartially? I think you have to look at the totality here.
Let me just make a comment. You mentioned the Puerto Rican Legal Defense Fund. There's an article in the New York Times this morning that mentions that Thurgood Marshall also was a lawyer for the NAACP before he rose to the highest court in the 1960s. Sure. People's resumes oftentimes do seem to create conflict, but they can go on and be very effective justices, can't they?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'm not saying they can't, but what we're talking about are what is fair game for any type of confirmation hearing. And when you have the Puerto Rican Legal Defense Fund three-person panel that she was a member of say that capital punishment is associated with evident racism, and then it said creates an inhuman psychological burden for the offender and his or her family. That's from the New York Times, by the way. That's not a conservative conspiracy. That's what it said. Those things need to be asked, and the White House wants this to sail through without any real discussion or any real debate. Look, the president voted against Justice Alito and Justice Roberts. They both have interesting personal stories.
Okay.
They both have compelling personal experiences. He voted against them.
Laurer Ingraham. Laurer, thanks for your perspective. Good to see you.
Good
Thank
to see
you.
you.